Thanks for tuning in once again. Melvin Moore, Ishmael Sistrunk with the St. Louis American and STLAmerican.com. Melvin, we have finally arrived. The NBA Finals are here.
They are here.
Now, of course, we got the Golden State Warriors, who everybody knew was going to be there. Let's keep it real.
Right.
But in the East, got a little surprise development. Got the Toronto Raptors. I know when we talked last time, we both were picking the Bucks.
Yeah.
The Bucks fell in 6. I did say last time what worried me about the Raptors was that those guys had been to that level before. Kahwi Leonard, he's won an NBA championship.
True.
The rest of the guys for the Raptors, they've been to the Eastern Conference Finals before. And in that series, I think Milwaukee's inexperience showed. Giannis Antetokounmpo, I feel like he was very anxious in those games. He was trying to force things. He also missed a lot of free throws. He shot a little bit over 50%, which he's usually a much better free throw shooter than that. So I think the gravitas of that situation really got to him.
Right.
Why do you feel the Bucks lost that series?
I mean, I think the bright lights and all the attention kind of got to the guys. Those role players really have to step up and do their parts, and if they don't, that's what happens.
Yeah, but I'm a huge Bucks fan. I'm a huge Giannis fan. But I don't necessarily think it was the role players. I think the big guys didn't come through. Giannis didn't come through. He, like I said, turned the ball over, missed a lot of free throws.
Yeah.
Eric Bledsoe didn't come through. Chris Middleton, he was kind of on or off.
Right.
But I think the blame lies with the big guys, not the bench.
I can see it could go either way. My thing is, if you're a part of that team and you really want to take it to the next level, you got to step up as well. You get that far into the playoffs with guys that haven't been there. The fatigue kicks in, and the ability of the other teams to scout you on multiple nights comes into play. So they change their schematic defensively. That means the rest of the team has to pick that extra weight up. That's how I feel anyway.
Yeah.
And sometimes you just can't do it,
Yeah, and I think in that series, in almost all the big moments, Kawhi wanted the pressure. Kawhi took the big shots. He hit the step backs. He made the defensive plays. But for Milwaukee, Giannis really wasn't there for those big situations. Like, I feel like, especially Kawhi was getting off, I feel like if you're Giannis Antetokounmpo, you need to say, I'm guarding Kawhi Leonard.
True.
I'm 6'11" and 3/4. Yeah. I can get a hand in his face. Kawhi Leonard shoots a pretty flat shot.
Yeah.
Get a hand in his face, because every time Giannis had the ball, Kawhi was right there.
True.
If Kawhi was on the bench, when Giannis came in, he came in.
Yeah.
So I feel like Giannis will grow from this. I feel like next season he's going to be a problem, because he's going to be in the gym all summer with this on his mind.
Right.
But I feel like Kawhi was just the best player in that series, and that's why they won.
Definitely.
Okay, so
he showed his worth. Some people thought that he wasn't coming back.
Right, yeah. But, people doubted Kawhi. He showed out there.
Yeah, definitely.
So now Toronto again is going to be an underdog against the Golden State Warriors. Steph Curry, Draymond Green, Klay Thompson. Kevin Durant, still a question mark. He's not going to play Thursday when the finals open up, but they think he'll probably be back. Do you think that the Raptors can pull off another upset?
That's so hard to call. You see the Warriors turning on and off. They'll kind of go into autopilot every now and then, and teams take advantage of that.
Right.
So that could come to the Raptors' favor if it happens like that, because they've had the tenacity to get through series where they were kind of the underdog, like you said. But man, you just can't count those Warriors guys out, man. They're just and Boogie's supposed to be. He's already back practicing.
Yeah.
He'll be an extra little help off the bench. I'm just excited to see it. I think it's going to be some good basketball.
Yeah, I think the fact that you don't know what's going to happen with Durant, that you don't know what's going to happen with Cousins, that actually hurts the Warriors a little bit more, because there's uncertainty. And if those guys do come back, there's going to be some rust. They're going to have to learn how to get acclimated to play together again.
Yeah.
But one thing that you can't forget, Toronto has home court advantage in this series. They had a better record, so when they open up Thursday night, they're going to be in Toronto. Can Golden State, especially with these guys who are out or uncertain status, can they go into Toronto and win 4 games, including they're going to have to win one on the road?
Well, I mean, the fact that some personnel is missing from the Warriors has kind of helped them. They've gotten to get back to their old style of play. And, yeah, like you said, if they bring Boogie back, they're definitely going to try to have to feed him and work him into the system because he doesn't quite go with this style of play that they normally run.
Right.
So, I mean, if I'm the coach, I put him in junk time to try to get his legs back acclimated and get him back. I wouldn't really focus on him anyway. I would say run that same system you've been running that's been killing everybody anyway.
Well, you know what I think, especially with the uncertainty, I feel like Steph Curry is looking like finally going to get my chance to get my NBA Finals MVP.
Yeah.
Because if KD isn't there for a game or two, he's not going to get it. Clay could always get hot. Of course, we saw Iguodala won the
That's
first
what I was
time
just
they
going to
won.
say. They're going to play him again. They're going to play him again, and whoever guards Kawhi and holds him to 28, 18, and 9 wins like they did against LeBron. But in all honesty, I think it's his year to get it. If they win, barring Durant coming back and being, Jesus on the court, which could happen. You never know.
Right.
But, yeah, I think it's a good year for him. It's looking positive.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go out on a limb. I'm gonna pick the Golden State Warriors to win the NBA championship. I'm gonna say 5 games. I'm gonna give Kawhi and the Raptors one, and then I'm gonna give Golden State the rest. What about you, Melvin? Let's put it on the record so the people know.
I prefer that the Raptors won, but I think the Warriors are gonna pull it out again. But I'm saying 6.
Okay,
6
Warriors
games.
and 6.
I think Toronto is still 2. Hopefully it goes 7. That would be great. I think the Raptors are still a game or 2.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be mad if the Raptors won. I mean, to see that city to win, to see the underdog win, to see Kawhi really complete that comeback, I think it would be a great story. I just don't think it's happening. Golden State Warriors are too powerful.
In other sports news, how about those Stanley Cup Finals, man?
How about those Blues?
There you go. St. Louis back in the Stanley Cup Finals since 1970.
First time in 49 years.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So,
that's crazy.
Before me. I think Melvin was probably about 12 then, but
yeah, I was a peanut boy at the last hockey game.
Yeah, so St. Louis Blues and the Boston Bruins in the Stanley Cup Finals. Kicked off on Monday on the holiday. Blues unfortunately fell 4-2, but I'm not overly concerned about that. We talked about this in basketball where when teams lose one game, everybody freaks out. They're like, oh, the series is over.
Right.
No, all the Blues have to do is win one game in Boston and hold the home court in St. Louis,
right,
and they can get the first Stanley Cup trophy in the existence of the franchise. We just want to shout out the St. Louis Blues for making it to the Stanley Cup Finals.
Yeah. Hopefully
they can bring home that cup. But it's definitely a big deal for St. Louis.
Most definitely. And you're going to see a lot of blue for the next few weeks. So
right.
Get used to it.
A lot of blue. Next show, I'll trade this Cardinal shirt. I'm going to have my Blues shirt on.
Yeah, definitely.
Or my Blues hat.
Yeah.
And I do have both. So let us know, who do you think is going to win the Stanley Cup Finals? Can the Blues pull it out? Or will the Boston Bruins dash our title hopes?
Nah.
So appreciate you. Make sure you like us on Facebook. We put out lots of videos every week on there. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube page. Yep. And you can always find me and Melvin on stlamerican.com.